Three hidden costs to people pleasing. So many of us learn to just go along to get along, and this is very unhealthy on many levels. And it also creates a lot of problems in relationships, and it really disconnects us from who we are. So we end up feeling like we're giving up everything to everybody else, and there's nothing left. And and so first here, the first sign that we're people pleasing is we have a lot of bitterness and resentment towards others. We feel like our needs don't matter and that we just have to go along to keep the peace, right? So generally there's volatile personalities around us or people with big emotions or people that play victim quite a bit in our lives, and we feel like we have to save them or help them get through those things, but there's not really the willingness to shift their mindset to a healthier way to take initiative on their own problem solving. So two would be you're going to lose sight of who you are. So when we get lost in other people's problems, you have a hard time figuring out who you are and what you want. And so that creates a lot of disconnection where, we might not have this vision for the future. We might not be able to connect to things that we want because we're just getting swept up in everybody else's issues. And so this can be a very painful thing where we just feel overlooked, we feel invisible, we feel like people don't care. And so that's why we really have to step up and be able to communicate our needs and also do the work to really get to know ourselves at a deeper level. And so a lot of times that takes creating some separation. We need to create some space to discover who we are. And so it's that sacrificing ourselves at all costs just to keep others happy. That's what leads to that. And so number three is it kind of piggybacks a little bit on number two, but we don't have this vision for our own future. We don't have this like stake we can claim in what we're trying to accomplish. We may identify as just being more helpful to other people, and while that may be good in some instances, but that just can't be all the time. Like we all have to have things that are meaningful to us and be acting on those. And if we have no idea what those are, we can have that enmeshment going on where we just kind of feel other people's emotions all the time and we're not clear on who we are. So a big cost is like I'm not able to create things in my life that I want, or I might not even know what I want because of those dynamics. So if we're people pleasing too much, there is this loss of connection to self, and we're just more apt to get caught up in other people's problems, and that made me look like participating in gossip a lot, or uh, you know us versus them, kind of group mentality of just getting wrapped up in bigger problems that disconnect us from our own personal power and our own personal life. So we want to get connected on what we want and and start to create from that place, and so that takes that separation and that clarity to find a new path forward.